Lady Esther welcomes you to a brilliant radio and motion picture event. The Screen Guild Players' presentation of Watch on the Rhine, selected by Red Book magazine as the outstanding picture of 1943, with Greer Garson and Walter Pidgeon here in person to make the awards. The Lady Esther Screen Guild Players in Watch on the Rhine, starring the original cast: Betty Davis, Paul Lucas, Lucille Watson, George Kalouris, and Donald Woods.
I'm home again. I'm in America. After almost 18 years in Europe, I'm home again. Here in a lovely big house near Washington where I was born. Sarah Farrelly. Judge Farrelly's little girl, they used to call me. And now I have a little girl of my own, Babette, and 2 boys, and Kurt. Dear Kurt. Good Kurt. After all he's been through, still so gentle and so full of tenderness. I wonder what Mama will think of Kurt. She hasn't met him yet. David's gone upstairs to bring her down. David and Mama and home. I'm afraid I don't dare believe it yet. I put out my hand to touch a book, a chair, to make sure they're real, that they won't disappear. And then Kurt smiles. He looks at me and smiles because he understands.
Sarah, I have always known you must have grown up in a lovely house like this.
It is a lovely house. I'd almost forgotten. You know, I used to hope that we'd have a home of our own someday and settle down and... Oh, Kurt, listen to me. I'm talking so foolish.
No. Stop it. You must enjoy your house, Sarah. You shall not be afraid you will hurt me because I have not given you a house like this, yes?
Yes, of course. I'll be happy here, Kurt.
In here, Mama. The living room.
Hold your horses, David. I'm coming. Sarah, darling.
Mama. Hello, Mama.
You're here. You're really here. Welcome home, Sarah. Welcome to your house.
Yes.
You too, Herr Muller. Welcome to this house.
Thank you, madam.
You're a good-looking man for a German. I like a good-looking man. I always have.
Vater, is das gross, Mama?
Yes, young man. I'm your grandmother. Also, I speak German, so don't talk about me.
We will watch our tongues, madame. In all languages.
All languages?
We speak ignorantly but fluently in German, French, Italian, Spanish.
And sometimes boastfully in English, I think.
No, Vater, we do not boast. If we are to fight for the good of all men, it is to be accepted that we must be among the most advanced.
Sarah, are these your children or are they dressed up midgets?
These are my children, Mama. This is Babette, this Bodo, and this is Joshua.
Joshua. Young man, you were called for my late husband. He was a justice of the Supreme Court. You bear a great name.
2 great names, madame. My last name is Müller.
You see, I'm a hero to my children. It's boring to everybody but me. Now, Joshua, you will take Babette and Bodo outside. We wish to talk.
Yes, Papa. We will wait on the terrace. Come on,
yes,
Bodo,
Joshua.
Babette.
Sarah, you've done well with them. They're nicely mannered.
They're good children, Mama.
They'll like it here. I have fine plans. I'm having the wing done over for you.
Well, that's very kind of you, Mama, but we won't make any plans for a while. Just a good long vacation for Kurt.
Vacation? But I thought you'd stay. David is seeing about schools for the children and an engineering post for Kurt.
But I have not worked as an engineer since many years, madam.
Then what do you do?
Mama,
It is very difficult to explain.
Well, if you'd rather not.
Now, David, please, I'm trying to find out something. Herr Muller, may I ask it right out?
Let me help you, madam. I'm an anti-fascist.
But we're all anti-fascists.
Yes, Mama, but Kurt works at it.
What kind of work?
Any kind. Anywhere.
Very well, I will stop asking questions.
Yes, that would be sensible, I think, Mama.
Sarah, darling, don't be angry. It's just that we've been worried about you. We knew so little, except that you were having a hard time.
I didn't have a hard time.
Do not lie for me, Sarah,
I'm
please.
not lying, Kurt. I didn't have a hard time, the way they mean. Not ever.
Why can't you tell us then?
All right, I will tell you. It is very simple. There's a great sickness growing in Europe. Not only Germany. Everywhere.
Kurt could see it coming even long before 33.
It was bad enough then. But when I see the Nazis killing people in the streets, I cannot longer just look on. I know my time has come to do more.
6 years. We've been fighting 6 years in Germany, in Italy, and in Spain. And it doesn't pay in money to fight our fight for the things we believe. But I wanted it the way Kurt wanted it. I always will.
Naturally, Sarah.
Only, you see, Kurt isn't very well, and there aren't many parts of Europe left where he could rest. You've always said you wanted us, so we came home. If you don't want us, we'll understand.
But we want you very much. Forever, or however long you want. Mama, you tell her.
Sarah, I'm old and made of dry cork and bad-mannered. Forgive me.
Of course, Mama. You know, for a minute I was almost mad. And I haven't been mad since I saw you last. It's true, then, we're home. It's different somehow. It's changed. The whole world has changed. Mama and David don't know it yet, but I'm afraid they'll have to find out. It's changed here, too, maybe because there are others here. Martha Randolph, daughter of Jenny Randolph, who used to be Mama's dearest friend. Martha Randolph and her husband, the Count de Brancovis. I don't like the Count. I don't like the way he looked at Kurt when they were introduced.
Muller, haven't we met before? In Paris, perhaps? I was in the Romanian legation.
No, we have not met before.
Oh, well, that's strange. I seem to have a feeling that... Oh, well, it's no matter. Shall we have a drink?
Count de Brancovis. Perhaps we should be watching him. We know by now that we must be suspicious, even of people in our own homes. Oh, but I want so desperately to be happy for a while, just for this little while. Mama's having a new dress made for me, a lovely new dress. In my room, I try it on and stand in the mirror and look at myself. I look at myself and then I say, me. I'd almost forgotten.
Sarah?
Oh, Kurt.
Liebe Sarah, you are beautiful.
Am I, Kurt?
Oh, how many years have I kept you from looking like that? It makes you have tears. It also makes me have tears.
If you say that, Kurt, I'll tear it
No.
off.
No. Then I do not say it. I do not even think it. I think only how beautiful is my Sarah.
Kurt, darling.
Tell me, if you had not married me so many years ago, would you have married me today? I'm so tired and so shabby, and you are so...
I would have married you any day in my life.
Then I must put my arms around you and... Oh, I stuck my finger on a pin.
This is just a first fitting. I'm a porcupine. Here, I'll get you a handkerchief, darling, and... Kurt.
What is
Kurt.
it? What's wrong?
Your briefcase. I've kept it in this drawer, and it's been tampered with. The lock has been forced.
And the money?
Oh, it's all here, I think. But the gun was put back in a different position.
The Brancovis. You think it was the Brancovis?
I'm sure of it, Kurt. It couldn't be anyone else. What will we do?
Nothing yet. We go downstairs and we join the others. And we pretend that we do not know anything at all.
Mama, don't you think Kurt plays well?
Yes, very well, David, and I like a man who plays the piano.
You know, it almost makes me feel that Herr Muller must be in politics.
Politics? Why, de Brancovis?
Oh, it was a saying we had in the Romanian legation. To be in politics, one must play cards and piano. Is that not true, Herr Muller?
Perhaps. When did you leave the diplomatic service, Count de Brancovis?
In 1931.
After the Nazis showed their teeth, It is too bad. You guessed the wrong way, huh?
Decidedly.
And the Nazis have good memories?
Oh, excellent memories. Much better than mine. I can still not remember where I've seen you, Herr Muller, or heard about you. You know, it leads me to guessing. Bad guessing, I must confess. For a while, I thought you might even be Max Freidank. Yes, the leader of the German underground, Max Freidank.
Max Freidank is a hero to my people. You do me too much honor.
Yes, I found that out. The paper says Freidank was captured yesterday.
Kurt.
Bad news for you, Mrs. Muller, eh? Friend of yours?
A friend to all decent Germans.
A friend to all decent people, Count de Brancovis.
Really? Oh. Your hands are shaking, Herr Muller.
My hands were broken. They are bad when I have fear.
I see. Will you excuse me now? Martha and I are dining in town, but we will not be late. It's possible I may see you when I return. Good night.
Kurt.
It may not be true. David, I will use your phone to make a call.
Of course.
It's there in the hall.
Thank you.
Sarah, what is it, darling? What
is this all about, Sarah?
I don't know all of it yet, but I do know that he broke open Kurt's briefcase, and he knows we're carrying $23,000.
$23,000?
Yes, Kurt works in the German underground. That money was collected here and in Mexico from the pennies and nickels of poor people who don't like fascism and who believe in the work we do. It was to be taken back by the first man going.
But this Max Freidank.
Max and Kurt, they loved each other. They were in the last war together. They were in Spain together. Once Max saved Kurt's life when he was hurt. Carried him 7 miles across the border. And now they've caught him. Nobody's got much of a chance anymore. Nobody.
Sarah.
Yes, Kurt?
It is true. He is taken. But he's not dead. Max is not an easy man to kill. But most of his face and one arm...
beasts.
Yes, it is not easy when it comes. Well, Sarah?
Kurt, no. Max sent you here. You can't. You aren't well enough.
But now I am more well than he is. You understand. You always understand so well.
When? When will you go?
Tonight, I think. But I'm not sure. It will depend on the Count de Bankovs.
Lady Esther has presented Act One of Watch on the Rhine, starring Lucille Watson, Paul Lucas, Betty Davis, Donald Woods, and George Coulouris. In just a moment, we will hear the Lady Esther Screen Guild players in Act Two. But first, a word from our hostess, Lady Esther.
I want to say congratulations to those of you who've made the Lady Esther patch test. Now you know. Now you've seen with your own eyes how much smoother, fresher, and younger your skin can look. And with just one cream, Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream. To those of you who have not yet made the Lady Esther patch test, I'd like to say once again, try it tonight. Try it and see your skin become more delicate-looking and finer textured. Feel it become softer and smoother to your fingertips. Here's all you do. Just take a little Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream on your finger and rub it on one particular section of your face, like a little part of your forehead or your chin. Don't put it all over your face at first. Put it on just that one small part. And be sure to choose a part of your face that's too oily or too dry, or where you have a few blackheads or big pores. Choose a really troublesome patch of skin, one that feels coarse or bumpy to your fingers. Rub on Lady Esther face cream and wipe it off. See that little patch of skin suddenly look a lot brighter and fresher than the skin around it. Feel how the dry little flakes are gone. Feel that patch of skin take on a new, delicate, petal-soft smoothness. And remember, what happens to that one small patch of skin will happen to your entire face when you apply Lady Esther face cream. Because this one cream does the 4 things your skin needs most for beauty. First, it thoroughly cleans your skin. Second, it softens your skin, loosens and absorbs the rough, dry flakes. 3, it helps nature refine the pores. And 4, it leaves a smooth, perfect base for powder. That's why you'll see such a radiant, sparkling difference in your skin after the very first application of Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream. It gives you a smoother, fresher, more youthful-looking skin instantly. I ask you to let the patch test prove it.
Lady Esther presents Act Two of Watch on the Rhine, starring Paul Lucas, Betty Davis, Lucille Watson, Donald Woods, and George Coulouris.
We're waiting waiting now, waiting for the Count de Brancovis to return. It's an awful thing to wait. Awful thing to know your whole world may turn on a single tiny moment. Kurt feels it, poor Kurt. I think it's hardest of all for him.
Waiting. It is waiting that is bad for me. It is such waiting for which I am not fit.
Please, Kurt.
Once in Spain, I waited for 2 days for the fascist planes to exhaust themselves. I say finally to myself, I will stop them if I have to reach up with my naked hands.
Kurt, must it always be your hands?
For each man his own hands. He has to sleep with them.
But isn't there someone else, a man who has no wife or children?
Each could have his own excuse, David. And my children are not the only children in the world, even to me.
But we were thinking of Sarah.
I want it this way, Mama, the way Kurt wants it. You wanted a good life for your children. We want it for ours, too. And if Kurt has to go back...
That is not decided yet, Sarah. We will wait.
And so we wait and scarcely talk. Finally, a car drives up. It stops. We hear the front door open and close. A few quick steps and muffled voices in the hall. He's here.
Good evening.
At last he's here.
Herr Muller, I've been to the German embassy tonight.
Yes, Count de Brancovis, it is where I thought you would go.
Ma, you too?
Sarah, I don't know what this is all about, but I'm guessing because I know Tech. I have nothing to do with any of it. I have nothing to do with Tech anymore. I just told him we're through.
She's in love with David.
Why, you...
No, David, please. He can never understand anything that hasn't got tricks to it. He can't understand that I just don't like him. I never have. I'm sorry. Good night.
Well, a great many things have been said in the past few minutes. Tech, am I to understand?
Madame, without Martha, I shall be very lonely. Already I am very poor. Before I go tonight, I should like to have $10,000.
You blackmailer, using your wife. I ought...
David, the Count is not bargaining with you and Martha. He's talking to me.
Quite right, Herr Muller. I am talking to you. Tonight I saw a secret list with detailed descriptions, one of which happens to fit you perfectly. Max Freidank's closest friend and co-worker, age 40 to 45, about 6 feet, weight about...
Please do not describe me to myself.
Thank you. And now, since Freidank has been taken, I think that you will be traveling home.
That is true. I am going back. I'm starting tonight.
Starting is one thing. Arriving is another. If I should inform the German embassy that you are on the way...
So that's it. I've lived to see a man selling another man's life.
Granted, madame, it is very ugly. So I must hide my shame with very large money. Herr Muller, you have $23,000 in your briefcase.
Yes, you are an expert with lucks.
For $10,000, you can go back to wherever you go. No one need ever know.
No, I'm sorry.
What?
Count de Brancovis, my children have been hungry sometimes. If I would not touch that money for them, I would not touch it for you.
You're a brave man, Herr Muller, but you will not get back.
Kurt, what does it mean? Is it true that if this swine talks...
Kurt will be caught and killed, if he's lucky enough to get killed.
Then we'll give him the money. Give it to him and kick him out. David.
Of course.
I have a large sum in my bedroom safe. Come along. We'll get it for him.
So the new world has left the room. You know, Herr Muller, I feel more comfortable with you. We are the old world, born to trouble and understanding it.
You are not difficult to understand. Would you like a brandy?
Oh, thank you, I would.
You like the old world, You would like to go back?
Yes.
You know, I do not think the Nazis would pay you in money for simply telling them that I'm somewhere between here and Europe. But they might pay you in a visa. And I think you want the visa almost as much as you want money. Therefore, I conclude that you will try for the money here and the visa from the embassy.
I assure you, my friend, that if you give me the money, there will be...
You think I would allow this fantasy with the money? Unlike you, I do not take chances. I'm not a gambler.
Kurt!
Sarah, now open the door to the terrace, quick.
Yes, Kurt.
And you will close it after us. I wish no one to come out.
Yes, Kurt.
All right, get up, de Brancovis. We go outside. Move quietly, please.
Hello? Hello, operator. I want the airport. Yes, hurry, please.
Sarah, here's the money for that filth. Where are they?
What's happened, Sarah? Where'd they go?
Outside.
Outside? I'd better go out.
No, David, don't go out there. Hello? Hello, is this the airport? What time is your next plane? Oh, to south, to El Paso or Brownsville. Yes, the ticket will be picked up. The name is Ritter. R-I-T-T-E-R. Thank you.
Sarah, what is going on here?
Kurtz killed him.
Yes, David. Kurt's going away tonight, and he's never coming back anymore. Never, never, never. I don't like to be alone at night. I guess everybody in the world's got a time they don't like. Mine is right before I go to sleep. And now it's going to be for always. All the rest of my life.
Sarah.
I've told them, Kurt. I have a reservation for you on the midnight plane to Brownsville under the name of Ritter.
Liebe Sarah. It is hard for you, no? And for you, Fanny.
Hard? Oh, I don't know.
Before I come in, I stand and think. I say I will make Fanny and David understand. I say, how can I? Does one understand the killing? No. You will not believe me, but I pray that I will not have to touch him. And then I know I will have to. I know if I do not, it is only that I pamper myself and risk the lives of others. All right. Shall I not pretend sorrow? Shall I not pretend it is not me who acts thus? No. I do it. I have done it before, and I will do it again. And I will always keep my hope that we may make a world in which all men can die in bed. I have great hate for the violent. They are the sick of the world. Maybe I am sick now, too.
No, Kurt, you aren't sick. Don't say that. Kurt, it's late. You must be going soon.
2 days, David. That's all I need to get away. 2 days.
You'll have your 2 days. We'll cover it somehow.
Papa, something is wrong.
You are going away again, Papa.
Yes, Bodo, but this time I will leave you with good people, to whom I believe you also will be good. Come, sit close to me here.
Yes, Papa.
Now, would you allow me to give away my share in you until I come back?
If you would like it.
Good. Then to your mother, her share. My share to Fanny and David. It is all, and it is the most I have to give. There, I've made a will, huh? But now we will not joke. I have something to say to you, and it is important to me to say it.
You were talking to us as if we were children.
Am I, Joshua? I wish you were children. I wish I could say to you, love your mother, do not eat too many sweets, clean your teeth. I cannot say these things. You are not children. I took your childhood away from you.
We've had a most enjoyable life,
Oh,
Papa.
Babette, you are a gallant little liar, and I thank you for it. I have done something bad tonight.
You could not do a bad thing.
Papa, you could not.
Now, let us get straight together, the four of us. Do you remember when we read Les Miserables? Do you remember that we talked about it afterwards, and Bodo got candy on Mama's bed?
I remember.
Well, the men in the book stole bread. The world is out of shape, we said, when there are hungry men. And until it gets in shape, men will always steal and lie and kill. But for whatever reason it's done, and whoever does it, you understand me, it is all bad. I want you to remember that. Whoever does it, it is bad.
Yes, Papa.
But you will live to see the day when it will not have to be. All over the world, in every place, every town, there are men who are going to make sure it will not have to be. They want what I want, a childhood for every child. For my children and I for theirs. Think of that. It will make you happy. In every town, every village, every mud hut in the world, there is always a man who loves children and who will fight to make a good world for them.
Kurt, you must hurry.
I'm coming, Sarah. And now, gute Nacht, Liebling, Babette.
Good night, Papa. Do it well. Mach's gut.
Good night, baby.
Good night, Papa. Mach's gut.
Good night, Joshua, my son.
Good night, Papa. Mach's gut.
Kurt, my darling.
Remember, Sarah, men who wish to live have the best chance to live. I wish to live. I wish to live with you.
For 17 years, it is as much for me today. Come back for me, Kurt.
I will try. I will come back. Goodbye.
All the rest of my life. All the rest of my life.
Thank you, Betty Davis, Paul Lucas, Lucille Watson, George Kalouris, and Donald Woods for your inspirational performances in Watch on the Rhine. Incidentally, you'll be interested to know that this is the second consecutive week that we have presented the distinguished work of Lillian Hellman, who wrote both North Star and Watch on the Rhine. And now the Red Book Magazine Award for 1943. It is an annual custom for Red Book Magazine to award the Red Book Cup to what it deems to be the outstanding motion picture of the year. It is Lady Esther's annual custom to invite the winners of last year's award to appear here in person and make the presentations on behalf of Red Book. And so, it is my pleasure to welcome Miss Greer Garson and Mr. Walter Pidgeon. From the audience.
Thank you. I believe that Red Book's editor, Mr. Edwin Barner, and his motion picture editor and critic, Mr. Thornton Delahanty, have made another significant choice this year. For Mr. Pidgeon and myself, it has a special, a very personal meaning. Last year, the choice was Mrs. Miniver, in which we had been privileged to appear. This year, it is Watch on the Rhine. Both of them stories of essentially gentle people. People who did not choose to fight, but who accepted the fight when it was thrust upon them. Gentle people with ideals. The strongest people in the world. Walter, wouldn't you agree to that?
Absolutely, Greer. And it's brought an interesting thought to my mind. Right down from the dawn age of theatrical history, our profession has been in the forefront of those who marched for liberty. And it's gratifying to know that today, too, we're guarding that tradition very jealously. Miss Davis and Mr. Lucas, Betty and Paul, it's a great privilege for Greer and myself to hand you this cup which represents the Red Book Award for 1943.
Thank you, Walter and Greer. And I need hardly say that it is a great privilege to accept this cup. Because, you see, we accept it for everyone who had anything to do with making the picture.
Yes, there are many people who deserve credit. Jack Warner and Hal Wallace, who produced it, Lillian Hellman, who wrote the play, Dashiell Hammett, who prepared it for the screen, Herman Shumlin, who directed it, and all those many whose names do not appear on the screen, the technicians and the workers who contributed so much.
Yes, Betty, we accept this cup for all those nameless ones, too, whose lives were written into that story that we told. The good, the decent people everywhere, who will not yield, who struggle on against all odds, who fight the good fight for us, for our children, for the fine new day that is to be.
Next week, the Lady Esther Screen Guild players will present I Love You Again, starring Charles Winninger, William Powell, and Paulette Goddard. Be sure to listen. To try Lady Esther four-purpose face cream, just get the smallest size jar. Later, you can get the economical large jar and keep refilling the small one for convenience. Thank you and good night. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System. Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild Players. Lady Esther Screen Guild play tonight, Lucky Jordan. Our starring players.
This is Alan Ladd.
This is Marjorie Main. This is Barbara Britton.
And this is Harry Von Zell.
Tonight, Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild players in a radio adaptation of Paramount Picture screen success, Lucky Jordan. It stars Alan Ladd in his original role as Lucky, Marjorie Main as Annie, Barbara Britton as Jill Evans, and Harry Von Zell as Slip Moran. The Lady Esther Screen Guild players in Lucky Jordan. Lucky Jordan, they call him. He controls all the rackets around New York. Yes, Lucky Jordan knows all the answers, except to a letter that starts with greetings, which is what his lawyer is trying to explain.
This is different, Lucky. This is war. Everyone owes it to his country to serve.
Well, not me. I don't owe anything to anybody.
But you've got to go unless you have an exemption.
Say, boss, you wouldn't have a wife and a family.
Ah, don't be funny, Slip.
Well, how about a mother?
I never knew who she was.
Then I can't get you off. I'm afraid you're in.
Well, you take another think. There must be some old bat who'll call me Sonny for the right kind of dough.
What?
Well, if I need a mother, go out and get me one.
Well, here she is, Lucky. Meet your mother.
Hello, Mr. Jordan. Do I call you son?
You just keep your lip buttoned up. Hey, Slip, is this the best you could do? This drunken old bat?
Gee, boss, what did you expect? Whistle's mother?
But this is the old dame who's always mooching quarters in Times Square. Look at her clothes.
Would you suggest we approach the DAR?
Looks ain't everything, Lucky. I'll do a good job.
Well, just remember what I said about that lip. And when we come out, I'll give you $50.
$50?
Come on. Let's go see that draft board and get it over with.
Rather strange, isn't it, Mr. Jordan, finding your mother just when you need her for exemption?
Well, she just showed up.
I see. Madam, are you dependent on this man?
Am I? Why, if it wasn't for him,
Sure. I take care of her all right.
Mr. Jordan, how much does he contribute to your support?
Well, say like today, he's going to give me...
I'm going to give her $1,000 a month.
Yeah, $1,000 a month.
Well, I don't see any problem here, none at all.
You don't?
No, you're obviously well enough fixed so that serving your country will entail no sacrifice. Appeal denied.
Gale! Here! Gilbert!
Here!
Jordan! Where's Jordan? Come on, speak up. Where's Jordan?
He said he thought he'd stay in bed this morning, Sergeant.
Oh, yeah? Gonna stay in bed this morning, are you? Come on!
Take it easy, will you? Who do you think you're kicking, Jughead?
I don't have to think, I know. Listen, Jordan, this is the Army. You'll get up and drill and work and follow the rules just like a clock, or I'll wind you up till I break your main stem.
That's pretty rough talk.
And it's gonna get rougher. I'd throw you in the guardhouse right now, except it's your first week and I'm giving you a break.
Okay, Sergeant, then I'll give you a break. I won't say a word about Iowa City or Trenton.
Iowa City? Trenton?
Yeah. I could see you were going to get in my hair, so I had you looked up. What I can't figure out is how an ugly guy like you could get one wife, let alone two.
Here, pipe down. Take it easy, will you? Hey, if this gets around, I'll get kicked out of the Army.
Can you guarantee it?
Oh, now, please, Jordan. I've been in the Army for 18 years. I've been waiting for this war.
Well, if you keep your nose clean, maybe I won't talk.
Sure. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Jordan, your squad is digging a latrine.
Are you kidding? Not me.
Yeah, but suppose the lieutenant sees you here. You can't hang around your tent all day.
Who said I was hanging around my tent? Thought those dames run a service club in this camp?
I'm glad you came in, Jill. I've been worried about that soldier over there.
What's the trouble?
Well, he's been here in this club all day. Didn't even go out for lunch. Just sits there reading, eating popcorn.
Did you talk to him?
Well, he wouldn't talk.
Maybe he's shy. I'll try to cheer him up.
Well, all right. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Hello, soldier.
Go away or I'll... Hey, what'd you do? Get your face lifted?
What?
What happened to the other dame?
I relieved her.
It's a relief to me, too.
She said you didn't have any lunch. Aren't you hungry?
Yeah, sure. How about a midnight supper in my tent?
You're pretty fresh.
You're pretty. Period.
I think you're just a...
Oh, now slow down, cute eyes. Hey, how about a bottle of beer?
With all that popcorn in you, you'll swell up like a balloon.
That's great. And I can sail away from this camp and nobody'd know the difference.
What's the matter with you? Are you homesick?
Yeah. I guess I miss my little teddy bear.
Listen, Mr. Smart Aleck, I've been around here long enough to know that no soldier can spend all day in the service club. You're AWL, and I'm going to call the CO and tell him so.
Now, wait a minute, sister.
Hello, give me the colonel's office, please.
It's too bad. It was going to be such a beautiful friendship, too. Hey, you! You in the car? You head for the gate?
That's right.
I'm checking on all civilians. Got your pass-out ticket?
Well, yes, right here, but I never have to... Oh!
Sorry I had to sock you, brother, but I need that pass. I need your hat and coat, too. Just till I get out of this dump, and I'm getting out right now.
Oh, gee, that's funny, Slip. It's the funniest thing I ever heard.
There's gonna be a lot of funny things around this office, Pearl. One of these days...
You're gonna miss me, honey.
Mr. Jordan. Hey, well, we didn't hear you come in.
That was the idea.
Well, we were just...
Beat it, Pearl.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's good to see you, boss. If you don't mind my clowning around a little with Pearl.
Why should I mind?
Hey, you ain't in your soldier pants. You take a powder from that camp?
Yeah, I didn't like the way they ran the joint, so I wrote my resignation on the guy's chin, took over his car, and got out of there.
Oh, well, gee, that... Hey, wait a minute. A 41 black sedan, Connecticut license?
Yeah.
What road did you come back to town on?
Back roads, mostly. In a hot car, what else?
Oh. No wonder the boys missed you. Where's that briefcase, Lucky?
Oh, now look, Armored Eyes. When you ask me a question, your voice better go up on the end.
Well, I didn't mean nothing, Lucky. Only I had a couple of the boys tailing that car. That guy you clipped, he's an Army engineer. He was carrying a lot of dope on a new tank armor.
Since when did you get interested in tanks?
Well, I couldn't write you, Lucky. We're in a new racket.
Yeah? What makes you think I want a new racket?
But this is where the heavy sugar is right now, playing with them foreign lugs. That briefcase is worth 50,000 rocks.
Yeah? Maybe I should have brought it along. I never even bothered
Mr. Jordan, you left this briefcase on my desk. I thought maybe you'd want it.
Yeah. Thanks, Pearl.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
I'll slip. I guess I must...
All right, don't move, Lucky. Just drop that briefcase on the desk. That's fine.
Strong arm stuff, huh? And with a rod.
It's 7 o'clock, Cinderella. I've been laying for you for a long time.
You know, I had a hunch you were beginning to like that big chair of mine.
From now on, it's my big chair. You're through, Lucky. You ain't a big shot anymore. You're just a washed-up little drip.
Just the same, I figure you'll need me for a while. That briefcase is empty.
What are you giving me? If them papers is gone... Oh!
Too bad, Slip. You never were very smart.
Gee, boss, what happened? What's the matter? Oh, gosh. Is he dead?
He would be, only he's got some friends I want to do business with. When he comes out of it, tell him to meet me in front of Marty's place on Times Square. For $100,000 in cash, you can have this briefcase. You got that straight?
Yes, Mr. Jordan.
Okay, tomorrow at noon. And tell him he'd better not try any tricks.
Any spare quarter, mister? For a cup of coffee?
2 bits for a cup of coffee?
You wouldn't want me to dine in the cheaper places, would you?
All right, here you are. Well, don't you want it?
Excuse me. There's a man. Somebody got to see. Miss Jordan. Miss Jordan, wait.
Come on, blow.
But, Miss Jordan, don't you remember me? I'm your mom.
You got your $50. Am I supposed to keep you in gin for the rest of your life?
Oh, you don't understand. I got something to tell you. They're staked out all around Marty's waiting for you.
Who's staked out?
A bunch of torpedoes. I seen them when I went on my route.
Thanks.
You're hotter than a stove. Everybody's after you. Slip Moran, the BFI.
Okay.
If you want to hide out, you can have my place.
Where is it?
On Fulton Street. Over the Blue Grotto.
Would there be room for me with all those gin bottles?
Here's the key. I'll come down later. Now, go on. They better not catch us talking here together.
All right, I'll see you there.
Be careful, son. Say, mister, can you spare a quarter, please?
Where is he? Did you see him, Joe?
Funny, he was here just a minute ago talking to Annie.
Do you think the old bat is in on the deal?
I don't know, but we better tail her. Slip's gonna be awful mad if we miss.
Fill up on that stew. It'll do you good.
That's open to argument. But as soon as I pull off this deal I'm working on, I'm going to slip you a couple of C's.
Oh, you don't need to. I ain't putting a bite on you.
Why not? Think you can get more out of Slip?
I guess you don't understand. You see, after we went to the draft board that day, something happened to me.
Yeah? What?
Well, that afternoon I was picking up a few groceries and a couple other mothers was there. And they was lying about their kids. So, well, I started lying about you. Ha! I sure froze them up.
Yeah? What'd you tell them?
I said you was in the Army. Only 3 months. And a lieutenant already. And then I opened a newspaper and showed them a real good-looking soldier. They thought they had me nailed because it said captain on the picture. But I just said, what do you know? He got himself promoted again. That's when they froze.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So it hit me like a ton of brick when I saw you walking into that trap today. I guess I just did what any mother'd do.
Forget it. You think the briefcase is safe?
Sure, nobody'd find it in that crack in the wall. Not with that Spanish shawl in front of it.
Hey, that's a pretty shawl. Where'd you get it?
One of them big stores on Fifth Avenue. It sort of dropped into my umbrella one day.
Yeah? Well, where'd you get the umbrella?
From the umbrella department.
Now, you stick close and watch things around here. I gotta go out for a while.
You think you should?
Yeah, it's business.
No hurry, is there? Would you like some more stew?
Same as I just had?
Sure.
No, thanks. I'll be seeing you later. Hello? Hello, Slip. Is that you? Yeah, it's Lucky. I didn't keep my appointment today because I don't like double crosses. I'm giving you just one more chance. Yeah. Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow and tell you where. And Slip, you better be a good boy. I'm getting mad.
Pretty warm in that booth tonight, mister?
It's warm everywhere tonight.
Well, it's getting along into May. Tomorrow's Mother's Day, you know. By the way, we've got some very nice gifts if you're interested.
Mother's Day?
I don't think any drugstore around here can touch our line. Perfumes, candies, accessories.
No, I don't think she's exactly the type.
I see. Something less frivolous, perhaps?
Yeah. Yeah, wrap me up a bottle of gin, will you?
Lady Esther has presented Act One of Lucky Jordan, starring Barbara Britton, Marjorie Main, Harry Von Zell, and Alan Ladd. In just a moment, we will hear the Lady Esther Screen Guild players in Act Two. But first, a word from our hostess, Lady Esther.
How would you like to see your skin become smoother and fresher looking before your very eyes? How would you like to feel your skin become softer and finer textured? Actually feel it with your fingertips. Well, you can if you will make the Lady Esther patch test. And I intend to keep right on telling you about the patch test until you do try it. Because I want you to see with your own eyes, feel with your own fingers, exactly what happens when you use Lady Esther four-purpose face cream. Now, here's what the patch test is. You just take a little Lady Esther face cream on your finger and rub it on one little part of your face. Choose a place that's a little too dry or too oily, like your forehead or your chin. Or better still, choose a part of your face where there are a few blackheads or big pores. Rub Lady Esther face cream on that patch of skin and wipe it off. That's all there is to the patch test. But you'll see with your own eyes how much more delicate and finer textured that patch of skin suddenly looks than all the skin around it. You'll feel with your fingertips how much softer and smoother it's become. and you'll realize that here is proof, unmistakable, undeniable proof, that Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream is the most beautifying face cream you've ever used. I want you to see the radiant, sparkling difference that a single application of Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream can make. So once again, I ask you to make the patch test. I urge you to make the patch test tonight.
Lady Esther presents the second act of Lucky Jordan, starring Alan Ladd as Lucky Jordan, Marjorie Main as Annie, Barbara Britton as Jill Evans, and Harry Von Zell as Slip Moran.
Open up, Annie. It's me, Lucky. Come on, open up. I got a present for you. Annie. It's funny, I told her to lock the... Annie!
Lucky. Is that you?
What happened?
I didn't tell. I didn't tell him, son.
You didn't tell who?
They couldn't make me tell.
Who?
A couple men looking for that briefcase. They slapped me around pretty bad.
All right, take it easy now. I'll get you a cloth to wipe your face.
I couldn't. They busted my fingers trying to make me tell.
I'll take care of Slip for this.
Be careful, son.
I'll take care of those other guys, too. That briefcase is going where it'll hurt them most. Right back to the Army.
Then you could go back, too? You could get to be a lieutenant, maybe? Or even a captain? I'd like to see them dames again. Thinking their kids are so hot. I'd freeze them. I'd freeze them. I'd sure freeze them if there was really a captain. Really.
Annie. Okay, Annie. Okay, Ma. I'll teach those guys. I'll take this briefcase back and... They found it. It's gone.
You understand, Miss Evans, this is more than a case of simple desertion. That's why the Army has called us in.
I'll do anything I can to help, Mr. Herndon.
There isn't very much you can do, really. But it's fairly evident that this Lucky Jordan who was in your service club that day was the one who attacked that Army engineer.
Of course.
And you could identify him if you saw him again, eh?
I certainly could. The sooner I see him, the better I'll feel. I have a few things to tell him myself.
This is important, Pearl. You better heat up that redhead and start to think. I'm asking again, where's Slip?
I told you, Mr. Jordan, I haven't any idea. This morning he just shut down the office. I'm out of a job. I don't even know how I'm going to live.
Now, look, we both know how you're going to live. You better tell me about Slip.
Honest, I don't know. They haven't let me in on anything lately. I even got the idea that Slip was going straight.
Oh, now, don't give me that.
No kidding. All he's been talking about was flowers. Why, just this morning he sold some tulips for 50 grand.
Tulips? Who to?
I wouldn't know. I'm not supposed to listen in on the phone.
Who to?
Out in Long Island. Kilpatrick's Gardens.
Cab, mister?
Yeah. Kilpatrick Gardens on the Merrick Road.
You bet.
Taxi!
Here you are, miss. Where to?
Follow that cab that just pulled away. Stay with it and you'll get the biggest tip of your life.
Yes, ma'am.
Show your tickets, please. He's got to have a ticket to see the gardens. Ticket there, mister?
Yeah. Where can I find Mr. Kilpatrick?
Oh, I'm sorry. He's rather busy as a rule. You have an appointment?
Well, it's something special. About some tulips.
Oh, the other end of the gardens, the office building.
Thanks.
Show your tickets, please. Show your tickets here.
Excuse me. Is there a phone around here? It's very important.
Is that a local call, miss?
No, I want to call the FBI in New York.
Oh, you better step in here in the gatehouse.
Thank you.
Hello? This is Miller at the gate. There's a young lady here who wants to get in touch with the FBI. Will you connect me, please? See, this house phone, miss. I had to get your line.
If they'd only hurry.
Hello? Just a minute, please. Here you are, miss.
Hello, is this the FBI? Let me speak to Mr. Herndon, please. He isn't? Well, is there anyone there I can... Mr. Bowman? All right. Hello, Mr. Bowman. This is Jill Evans. I'm at Kilpatrick Gardens on Long Island. Lucky Jordan is here. Yes, I'm positive. I've followed him all the way. What? Oh, I see. Yes, I'll go directly to Mr. Kilpatrick's office and wait there. Yes, please hurry. Goodbye.
How do you like that, Kesselman? I am now Mr. Bowman of the FBI.
I doubt if you'll get away with it, Kilpatrick. Your face isn't stupid enough. What about this, Jordan?
Slip is waiting for him in the hall.
All right, Lucky. Just keep walking.
And has evidently found him.
Here he is, Mr. Kilpatrick.
Oh, come in, Jordan. Come in. I presume you came to see about a certain briefcase. Well, there it is, on the desk.
Yeah. Take a good look, pal. You ain't gonna see it much longer. You ain't gonna see nothing much longer.
Jordan, within an hour, those papers will be on a submarine headed for Germany. What do you say to that?
The dangerous type, no doubt. He doesn't talk.
I'll make him talk. Here, Kesselman, hold this gun.
Mr. Kilpatrick, there's a young lady here to see you.
Yeah, send her in.
All right, miss.
Oh, Mr. Kilpatrick, I came here to... Oh, you've got him already.
Yeah, cute eyes. They got me. Thanks for the assist.
It seems he does talk, after all.
Sure, he's gonna talk plenty.
But I don't understand.
Nice crowd you pal around with, all right. A bunch of spies.
Spies? They're just helping the FBI. I called Mr. Bowman myself from the gatehouse.
From the gatehouse, huh? What'd he sound like?
He sounded just like...
Yes, young lady. He sounded just like me.
What you got so far is just a sample, Lucky. You better start talking and talk plenty fast. You didn't come here without protecting yourself. You better tell us who else is in on this deal. Come on, spill it. So you better start talking while you got some teeth left.
Stop it! Stop it!
She's right, Slip. You'll just addle his brain.
Well, you got a better way.
I think so. There was a method we developed in Poland. You see, we take a wooden match, like this, split it down the middle, like this. Then we drive the sharp edge under the subject's fingernail and light it. That's all.
You wouldn't.
Which hand, Jordan? Not that it matters. They're both connected with the same body.
Oh, wait a minute, Kesselman. I tell you, I can make this guy talk. Now, look, Lucky. This is on a level. You start singing or I'm going to let you have it. It ain't going to kill you, Lucky, but it's going to hurt you awful bad.
You know, Slip, you talk pretty big with a rod in your hand.
Yeah, and this time it's going to stay in my hand. It's going to stay in my hand
Till I smack you again.
The gun! Get the gun! Get the gun!
Get it, sister. Pick up that rod.
I've got it, Lucky, here.
Nice going. Get the briefcase.
Now, look here, my dear fellow.
All right. Stay where you are, sauerkraut. Come on, now, don't move.
I didn't intend to. It's obvious I couldn't get very far.
Now, look here, Jordan. Look here. Suppose we make a deal. You wanted $100,000 for that report. All right. I'm willing to pay.
No, thanks. I found a customer I like better. I'm selling to the Army on the installment plan. They're going to pay me $50 a month for it.
Aren't you playing the wrong part, Jordan? You can't get anything out of being a tin-horn hero. You're a realist, not a romantic fool. Why should you give up $100,000 for a country that considers you an enemy of society?
Well, maybe it's because I don't want to see that country run by guys who have old women beat to death. Till I came up against you, Nazi was just a word in the newspaper to me. Now it's another way of spelling lice. For the next 2 minutes, I'm a one-man board of health. This place has got to be cleaned up.
No, Lucky, please. After all, you and me, We've been pals.
Yeah, that's right, Slip. That's why I'm going to give it to you first. How would you like it, standing up or...
All right, that's all for today. Don't move, anybody.
Mr. Herndon.
Hello, Miss Evans. I'll take that briefcase if you don't mind. Round them all up, boys.
Mr. Herndon, I'm so glad you're here. I called you, but you weren't in.
I know. I was on my way. You see, Jordan called me before you did.
He did?
He sure did. Jordan, I'm afraid you'll have to go along with us until we straighten all this out.
Well, that's life for you. You try to help a guy, and the referee hits you over the head with a stool.
You haven't anything to worry about. They'd never consider you a deserter after what you've done.
Yeah? What's that?
You know, a medal.
Oh. Well, let's get going, cute eyes. Let's get it over with. Hey, wait a minute. Say, Slip.
Oh, no, wait a minute, Lucky. I'm your pal.
Oh, this isn't for me. It's for someone else. I hoped you liked it, Annie. That was for you, Ma.
Thank you, Alan Ladd, Marjorie Main, Barbara Britton, and Harry Von Zell for appearing with the Lady Esther Screen Guild players tonight.
That was our pleasure, Mr. Bradley. You see, the Motion Picture Relief Fund, which benefits from these programs, is very important to all of us in the industry. We're vitally interested in the fund and the country house and the clinic which it supports. And now, before we tell you about next week's program, here's a word from one of America's best-known beauty authorities, Lady Esther.
Thank you, Miss Britton. Ladies, I hope you made a note of the test I asked you to make a little while ago. The Lady Esther patch test. Try it very soon, tonight if you can. For the sooner you try my patch test, the sooner you'll see how much fresher and lovelier your skin can look from a single application of Lady Esther 4-Purpose Face Cream. Here's all you do. Just dip your finger in a jar of Lady Esther 4-Purpose Face Cream and rub the cream on one particular part of your face. And if there are a few blackheads or big pores, so much the better. All you do is rub Lady Esther face cream on that small patch of skin, wipe it off, and see that small patch of skin suddenly look a lot softer, smoother, and younger than all the skin around it. See it glow with a radiant new look of beauty, as though a lifeless coating has been removed. And feel it with your fingertips. Feel how the dry, rough flakes have vanished, leaving the skin petal smooth and fine. I can promise you it's an experience you won't soon forget. And remember, what you see happen to that one little patch of skin will happen to your whole face when you apply Lady Esther face cream, for it brings your skin the 4 things it needs most for beauty. So try the patch test, won't you? Try it tonight.
Next week, the Lady Esther Screen Guild players will present True to Life. It will star Victor Moore, Joan Leslie, and Dick Powell. Be sure to listen. Alan Ladd is currently working in And Now Tomorrow. Barbara Britton can soon be seen in the story of Dr. Wassel, both Paramount Pictures. Marjorie Main can soon be seen in the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer production, Rationing. Music on tonight's program was arranged and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. To try Lady Esther 4-Purpose Face Cream, just get the smallest size jar. Later, you can get the economical large jar and keep refilling the small one for convenience. This is Truman Bradley speaking for Lady Esther, saying thank you. And good night, everyone.
This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild Players. The Lady Esther Screen Guild play tonight is Paramount Pictures' hilarious story, True to Life. And ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry Dick Powell can't be with us tonight. In his place, playing the part of Link Ferris, you'll have to put up with Cary Grant.
Who, me?
Excuse me, please. And we're sorry Joan Leslie can't be here either. In her place, you'll have to put up with Linda Darnell.
Who, me?
Excuse me, please. Miss Darnell plays the part of Bonnie Porter, and Victor Moore is her father.
Who, me?
That's right, Victor. And William Demarest is Uncle Jake.
Some Uncle Jake.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will give you an idea. The Lady Esther Screen Guild Players in True to Life.
Sudsy Suds bring you Kitty Farmer.
Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Yes, a lot of people listen to Kitty Farmer. Only this time, the sponsor listens too. And then...
Who writes that hogwash? Who writes that tripe?
Link Ferris and Fletch Marvin. They're tops, Mr. Huggins. Get $1,000 a week apiece.
For that swill? I tell you, Kitty Farmer isn't real anymore. She's phony. She's counterfeit. Great jumping, Jeremiah. She isn't even human.
Oh, I'm sure the boys can make her human, Mr. Huggins. They're not just ordinary writers, you know. Writers like Fletch and Link are born.
That's the trouble. Well, they better get a new idea fast, or I'll take Kitty Farmer off the air.
What's the use of kidding ourselves, Fletch? Huggins is right. We're written dry.
Link, you know what we need?
What?
A nice hot bath and a shave. And then... lights, drinks, beautiful women. Who knows? Somebody might say something.
Yeah, it won't be anything we can use. Maybe that's our trouble, $1,000 a week. We've lost the common touch. We ought to get around and talk to real people. We might find the Kitty Farmer we're looking for.
That's what I said. Let's go hunting.
Not your kind of hunting. Hey, where's my hat? I'm going out for a walk.
And so Link Ferris is walking in the rain. Walking, thinking. Not even watching where he goes. Until finally he stops at Antone's Diner, where pretty young Bonnie Porter works. Now remember, his clothes are soaking wet, and there's a 2-day stubble of beard on his chin. He doesn't look much like $1,000 a week. In fact, to Bonnie's practiced eye, he looks like someone who might need help.
Anything special on that menu you like?
Oh, this looks pretty good. Roast beef, French fried potatoes, and coffee.
The 60-cent blue plate. That's 60 cents.
Well, sure. Oh, you mean... I get it. You think I haven't got 60 cents, huh? Oh, you're way off, sister. I'm loaded. I've got enough right here to... Hey, that's funny.
Anything wrong?
Yeah, looks as if I forgot my wallet. I don't suppose you'd cash a check, would you?
Oh, Mr. Kapopoulos, gentleman here wants to cash a check.
Tell them we got a deal with the bank. They don't sell Hardenbergers. We don't cash no checks.
Roast beef, mister?
Well, I guess I'm not as hungry as I thought. Just coffee, please.
Oh, how about a hamburger? It's only a quarter.
No, thanks. Just coffee.
Roast beef, rare and juicy, coming up.
Wait a minute. I didn't order that.
Oh, you can pay me back sometime.
Yeah, but why should you do that for me?
Well, 'cause you're hungry.
Oh.
Besides, it's a kind of a hobby of mine, you see. I kind of like to fill in the blank spaces.
Oh, yeah. Hey, give me that again.
Well, some people put mustaches on pictures. Some collect matchbooks. Well, I like to read people's faces and make up stories about them.
Oh, I see. You made up any about me?
Oh, sure. You're just having tough luck
right.
right now. Your trouble is that you want to make a lot of money, $100 a week. So you get mad all the time and quit your job.
Say, how come you work here? I mean, a girl like you.
Well, because my kid brother wants to be a doctor, my father works in a bakery, and Mom can use the extra money, and besides, I don't mind working here. Why?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking, that's all.
Hey, anybody home?
Hey, Bonnie, you sure your family won't mind? After all, bringing a stranger home.
Oh, you're not a stranger anymore. Come on. Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Say, this is Mr. Ferris.
Oh.
Mom.
Howdy do.
Howdy do.
My brother Clem.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
And that's Mom's brother, Uncle Jake.
How are you?
Hey, where's Pop?
Oh, down in the cellar as usual.
Well, I'll go get him. Make yourself at home, Mr. Ferris.
Sure.
Yeah, sit down, young man.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Porter.
Pop's inventing down in the cellar. When he's not at the bakery, he's an inventor.
Some inventor.
Well, that's Uncle Jake. He and Pop don't get along. They don't even talk to each other. And sometimes
Here he is, Mr. Ferris. This is Pop.
Oh, glad to meet you, my boy. Any friend of Bonnie's is a friend of... What's the matter? Anything wrong?
Well, no, but that...
Oh, this gas mask I'm wearing. Oh, it's one of my inventions.
Some invention.
Mom, you make him keep his nose out of this.
My nose ain't in it. His nose is. He looks a lot better with that gas mask on.
Pop invents a lot of things, Mr. Ferris. Synthetic rubber, too.
Oh, really? Synthetic rubber, huh? Mr. Porter, are you doing anything with it?
Well, not exactly. I can't get any raw materials.
Well, what raw materials do you need?
Well, rubber.
Well, where are you from, Mr. Ferris?
Me?
Yes, where are you from?
All over. I mean...
Mom, I thought perhaps... Well, you see, Mr. Ferris came into the diner, and he was hungry, and... Well, I thought maybe he could stay with us till he finds a job.
A what?
Well, the way you followed me around, I knew you didn't have a place to stay.
Ain't we got enough mouths to feed?
Mom, why don't your brother feed his own big mouth?
He knows I'm a sick man.
Sick my foot. He eats like a horse. A healthy one.
Now, Pop, you needn't raise your voice. There's a stranger in the house. What do you do, Mr. Ferris?
Me? Oh, almost anything.
No, I mean, what's your line of work?
Oh, well, sort of general line, you know.
Just a tramp.
Yeah, look who's talking.
Mrs. Porter,
Yeah?
I'm afraid Bonnie's got things mixed up. You see, well, I've got a place.
Sure you have, my boy, right here with us.
We mean it, Mr. Ferris.
Well, thanks, but if I did, maybe you'd let me pay board, huh?
Yeah, nothing doing, son. I'm glad to help you. I'm glad to.
John D. Rockefeller.
Some Rockefeller.
Well, at least I got a heart, which is more than some people I know.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Ferris won't be any trouble.
Be swell if he'd stay. I could get some blood.
Blood?
Just a little, for my microscope.
Clem's the one that's going to be a doctor.
Oh, I see.
Well, you won't let that bother you.
Oh, no, not at all.
Well, you'll stay then?
Thanks, but look, would you tell your brother that the Red Cross already has an option on me? Would you do that?
No kidding, Link. That family's a gold mine. I wrote them into the script just the way you said, and Huggins really went for it big. He said they sounded so real.
Fletch, you didn't tell him they are a real family, did you?
Don't be a dope. If he knew they were real, he'd say they sounded phony.
Yeah, well, what worries me, suppose they hear the show. They're apt to recognize themselves.
Well, just keep them from hearing it. Do something to the radios.
Yeah, if I can.
Oh, by the way, what kind of a dame is this, Kitty? I mean, Bonnie.
Oh, Bonnie. Oh, she's very ordinary. Just the run-of-the-mill type, you know.
Ah. Well, I certainly appreciate what you're doing, old boy. Burying yourself with a bunch like that.
Oh, that's all right, Fletch. I'm sure you do the same at my place. Say, I'd better get back. They think I'm out looking for a job.
Yeah, well, remember, I can't write that script unless you bring me some dope every night.
Sure. Well, I'll dig it up and you dish it out, huh?
Oh, what a setup. What a setup.
Excuse me, Mr. Fletcher. You must have dropped this picture here out of your pocket, sir.
Who is it, Mabel?
Oh, no, sir. It says on here from Bonnie.
Bonnie? Let me see that. Just a run-of-the-mill type, he said.
Sure is pretty, ain't she?
And he was making such a sacrifice. Gabe, do you know what this story needs?
No, sir.
Complications, Gabe. It needs a few complications.
Well, Mr. Ferris, you found a job yet?
No, not yet, Mrs. Porter, but don't you worry, I'm looking.
Some looker.
Uncle Jake, please.
Say, you know there might be a job open down at the bakery. And Link's got a good pair of shoulders on him.
Pop means he's got a well-developed clavicle.
Clavicle, schlamicle. I'd rather listen to the radio.
Hey, Link, you know, maybe Mom's right. You can't just keep on waiting. You've got to start something. I mean...
The makers of Sudsy Suds bring you their amusing new series, That Farmer Family. First, the genial
pardon me,
father
please.
What's the idea? I wanted to listen.
Yeah, well, oh, hiccups, see? Always get him this time of the day. Hiccups, see?
Diaphragm is irritated.
Me too. Why did he turn off that radio?
Well, you see, that's the only way I can stop these hiccups. Quiet. Gotta have absolute quiet, eh?
That's funny. There's no relation between the diaphragm and...
There's another thing, too. Mrs. Porter, I know you think it's inconsiderate of me not taking any old job, but I'm looking for something more in my line.
I didn't know you had a line.
Say, why can't I turn on that radio?
Oh, sure. I've got a line. Music. That's my line, music. You listen.
Why, Link, I didn't know you played.
My golly, that's not bad. I used to play the melodeon once.
Some melodeon.
Well, it was better than yours ever.
Hey, both of you, please. Oh, dear. Oh, Clem, will you see who it is?
Oh, it's always me has to go.
Oh, Link, will you hold it a minute? Someone's at the front door.
Hey, Bonnie, it's a man.
I hope I'm not intruding, good people.
Say, that's not a man, that's...
Link!
Fletcher Marvin is my name. It's an emergency. May I use your phone, please?
Well, of course. It's right over there.
Thank you, miss. Hello, operator. Get me Plaza 7124. I'm sorry to bother you folks. I had a little accident.
Oh, anybody hurt? I can handle a splint job or a fracture.
No.
Oh, gee, too bad.
Hello, Gabe. This is Marvin. Yes, I'm out in Sunnyside. Car broke down on Jackson Street. Yeah, fella came out of an alley, stuck a gun in my ribs. I tackled him, but he got away. Yeah. Will you bring the other car over and pick me up? Yes, Jackson and Fremont. Yes, I'll go over right now. Fine. Goodbye.
Oh, Mr. Marvin, you sure you're all right?
Oh, yes, I'm quite all right. I know I've put you to a lot of trouble, and I'm sorry to run off like this, but you'll hear from me. Good night.
Hey, we'll hear from him. You know what? I think he meant that.
You know what? I know he did.
Roses, Mom. From that Mr. Marvin, dozens of roses. Oh, look, and an orchid corsage.
It's for me, Bonnie. A 10-pound box of candy. Oh, now ain't that Mr. Marvin nice?
He said he'd be here at 8 sharp, Mom. He said he'd like to take me for a drive.
But, Bonnie, you haven't eaten a thing tonight.
Oh, sorry, Mom. I'm just not hungry.
Bonnie doesn't like home cooking anymore, not since she's been dining with that Marvin lug.
Well, now, Link, maybe if a certain other party didn't have to rush out every night.
Pop!
Some pop.
Well, anyway, I got some use around here. I found out why that radio hasn't been working.
You did?
Yeah, the aerial wire was broken right outside your window, Link. I fixed it. Now, listen.
Well, you think we should? I mean, while we're eating, huh?
Oh, sure. Entertainment aids the digestive juices.
Yeah. Well, excuse me. I think I'll...
Quiet. We're listening.
You'll remember that Kitty Farmer has been very much taken with the rich young man she's recently met. At the moment, we find them on a soft summer evening, driving along in his car.
Where are you taking me?
To Lover's Lane.
Where's that?
Anywhere. Everywhere. Wherever a boy and girl can whisper, I love you.
That's funny.
Huh? What's funny?
Why, I don't know. It almost seems as though I've heard those same words before.
Some words. Turn it off.
No, I want to hear this.
I've got to keep one on the wheel.
What are you stopping for?
To kiss your darling.
No.
No, don't. Please stop. Oh, dear, I feel as if I can tell you what they're going to say next before they even say it.
Oh, that's all. I've heard enough. Mrs. Porter, I'm sure you'll excuse me. I'm not hungry anymore.
Not hungry anymore. No, he's not hungry. Must be catching.
Some catch.
Excuse me, everybody, please.
Now, Bonnie, now sit down. Where on earth are you going?
Who, me? Oh, I'm going to talk to Link about his appetite.
Lady Esther has presented Act One of True to Life, starring Victor Moore, William Demarest, Linda Darnell, and Cary Grant. In just a moment, we will hear the Lady Esther Screen Guild players in Act Two. But first, a word from our hostess, Lady Esther.
Tonight I'm going to talk to you again about the Lady Esther patch test. And I'm going to keep right on talking about it until you try it. Because I know that my patch test will prove to you, as nothing else can, that Lady Esther four-purpose face cream instantly beautifies your skin. Makes it look softer, smoother, and younger. That's why I want you to make the patch test, so that you can see this magic with your own eyes. Do it for me, won't you? Do it for yourself. Just rub a little Lady Esther four-purpose face cream on one particular section of your face, like a spot on your forehead or chin. Choose a part of your face that's too oily or too dry, and if there are blackheads or big pores, so much the better. You'll witness what seems like a miracle to you. You'll see that little patch of skin suddenly look a lot cleaner, fresher, and smoother than all the skin around it. You'll see a glowing, radiant difference that will astonish you. Now, you may think it's a miracle, but it isn't at all. It's exactly what you can expect from a cream that does all the four things your skin needs most for beauty. Here's what Lady Esther face cream does. 1, it thoroughly cleans your skin. 2, it softens your skin, loosens and absorbs the dry flakes. 3, it helps nature refine the pores. And 4, it leaves a smooth, perfect base for powder. Lady Esther four-purpose face cream has but one objective: to give you a smoother, more radiant, and more youthful-looking skin. So be sure to make the patch test tonight or tomorrow without fail.
Lady Esther presents the second act of True to Life, starring Linda Darnell as Bonnie Porter, Cary Grant as Link Ferris, Victor Moore as Pop Porter, and William Demarest as Uncle Jake. Well, Bonnie wanted to talk to Link about his appetite, she said. But she must have had a lot more on her mind, because now it's several hours later, and Bonnie's sitting with Link on a bench by the lake. And by golly, still talking.
Suppose I did go out with Fletch, Marvin. He's a big radio executive, and, well, I thought maybe he might give you a job playing or something.
What, that wolf?
You should talk. You're out chasing every night.
Oh, go on. I've told you 1,000 times. I don't go chasing.
Well, you disappear every night, and I don't think it's just for fresh air.
You're jumping to conclusions. You're filling in the blank spaces again, huh?
Maybe I shouldn't have tried to help you in the first place. Maybe Mom was right. I feel like I want to cry.
Do you?
It's all sort of dry inside.
Oh, well, go ahead and cry if it'll make you feel better.
I wouldn't give you the satisfaction.
Well, all right, don't cry.
I know. I don't even know why you're wasting time with me. Why don't you go to her?
Because there is no her. There's no one, Bonnie. Only you. Only you. There. Now, you satisfied you made me say it, huh?
Link, you love me?
Well, don't act so surprised.
Oh, Link. Oh, Link. Oh, but the family's all asleep by now.
Well, do I have to kiss them, too?
Well, no, darling, but we've got to tell them. Oh, come on, let's go home and wake them up. In here, Link, in the parlor. I'll call them down and...
So you're back at last.
Pop, you're all up?
We've been waiting for you, Bonnie, and you and Mr. Ferris.
What's wrong?
Mr. Ferris, we're just everyday folks.
What is all this?
They heard the rest of that radio show after you left. Uncle Jake started making telephone calls.
Yes, Mr. Ferris. This is Mr. Mammal. He's a lawyer. We're suing Sudsy Suds and the advertising company for $100,000. Now, how do you like that, Mr. Ferris?
What in the world are you talking about?
Well, look, Bonnie, whatever happens, I want you to know that I meant every word I said tonight.
Bonnie, him and Fletcher Marvin, they're friends, and they've been spying on us, putting everything we said and did on the radio, that crazy farmer family.
Well, that's ridiculous. It isn't true.
It is true, all right. Mr. Mammal here checked everything. We got a perfect case.
Oh, Link. Link, you were broken. I tried to help you.
I didn't say I was broke. You said it. Bonnie, we didn't intend to hurt you. It was just that after we got started, we...
Yeah, you made me an old crackpot with crazy inventions.
What about me? Me, a nagging old hen.
Yeah, but Mrs. Porter, don't you see?
Yeah, I saw right through you from the beginning, young man. I always said you were no good.
Well, Bonnie, Is that the way you feel about it?
Well, how do you think I should feel? Lying to me, putting Fletch up to making love to me.
Oh, no, that's not true.
Making me think you were in love with me, proposing to me just to get material for a cheap radio program.
Well, if you believe that.
I believe you're the lowest form of animal life. Go on, get out.
Suing me for $100,000. I paid my good money for writers, creators, not a couple of peeping toms.
Oh, it was a good idea, all right, Mr. Huggins. It just backfired, that's all.
Backfired? You're fired. Both of you. You'll never work again while I'm
Wait a
here.
minute, Mr. Huggins, wait a minute. I think I've got it. Look, we let the public in. Tell them the truth. Tell them our story is true to life. Tell them there's a farmer family.
What?
That the real name is Porter. Everything they've heard is true.
Say, wait a minute. That is an idea. They'll win their case, but it'll be worth $100,000 in publicity.
What do you say, Link?
Say, if they'll win their case, let's go.
Where'll I put this goat, Mr. Porter?
Goat? Over there in the dog pen with them 2 pigs from Canada.
Right.
Hey, Mr. Porter, what invention are you working on now?
Oh, invention? Oh, invisible paint.
Oh.
Yeah, you paint something with it, makes it invisible.
Wonderful. How's it coming?
Well, I'm having a little trouble. I mixed up a batch of it, and I put it in a can. I painted the can with it, and now I can't find it.
There you are, folks. The Porter residence. And that's Pop Porter himself. Hiya, Pop.
I get 10 cents royalty for every one of them sightseers.
Hey, Pop, come in here quick.
Here, coming, Mom. Excuse me, folks. What's the matter?
Bonnie's leaving. She's going to live at the YWCA.
Bonnie, you wouldn't.
Oh, yes, I would. You've made a freak show out of this house. You're suing because they made a lot of screwballs out of us on that radio show. Well, we're acting like a lot of screwballs.
It was a cheap, dirty trick for them to put us on the air.
Yes, Uncle Jake, and it's just as cheap for us to try and cash in on it. Well, you can do it without me.
Bonnie.
I'll phone you, Mom.
I know what's eating her. She's in love with one of them radio writers.
Must be that nice Mr. Fletcher Marvin.
No, I'll bet it's Link.
Well, we got a good case without her.
No, we haven't.
Has he gone crazy?
Bonnie's right. That farmer program hasn't hurt us none. People coming to see us, sending us gifts, and me a foreman at the bakery now with my picture on every bread wrapper. What have we got to be mad about?
If he thinks we're passing up a chance like this...
Jake, shut up.
Mom, you better phone Bonnie and tell her to come home. Now, I'll get to work on that love situation.
Love situation? What do you know about love?
I got me a few exemptions, didn't I?
Now, you understand what's happening, folks. We're broadcasting right from the Porter home. But Pop Porter is the only one who knows. The microphone is hidden in a bowl of flowers on the dining room table, and I'm announcing from the cellar. Pop has brought Link and Fletch to the house, and now he's waiting for my signal, 3 raps on the floor, to let him know he's on the air. Now, stand by, everybody.
Hey, Huggins said this was to be a conference to settle the suit. Now he doesn't even show up. I'd like to know why we were brought here.
I certainly didn't invite you.
Hey, what was that?
That means we're on the... that's a new invention of mine. New kind of mousetrap. Must have caught 3 at once.
Oh, Pop, Pop, if you don't mind.
Now, look, Bonnie. You know you're in love with one of these boys. And 30 million people are waiting for you to say which one. Now, which is it, Bonnie?
Well, Bonnie, if there's any chance you'll forgive me, I want to tell you I meant everything I ever said to you.
Like what, Link?
Well, like when I said I loved her.
Hooray! Now we're getting somewhere.
Oh, no, we're not. I wouldn't marry him if he were the last man on earth.
Well, Fletch, I guess that means she's proposing to you.
To me?
Sure. You got anything to say?
Yeah, well, it's a very great honor, of course, but, well, Bonnie, you want to be fair to yourself. You see, I'm sort of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I mean...
He means he's a 2-timing playboy. That's what he means.
Am I arguing with you? Look, not that Bonnie and I wouldn't be happy, but, well, that is, I couldn't...
Go on. I'll leave you 2 lovebirds to coo it over. I'll be out in
Oh, no, Link. Link, wait.
Yeah, she's right, pal. Wait a minute.
Yeah, come back here, Link. Now, sit down. Sit down.
All right. Bonnie, let's stop this pretending. Will you marry me or not?
Oh, well, if you don't mind taking a girl who's practically been turned down.
Darling.
Whoopee, she's going to marry Link. I hope all you folks listening in are as happy as I am.
Listening in? What folks?
Funny, we've all been on the air.
Hey, look, there's a microphone in with those flowers.
So that's it, Link. Some more of your tricks. Why, you lying, cheating, double-crossing...
Put down that vase! Ow!
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Bonnie. Link didn't know. I was the only one who knew.
You were? Oh, Link.
Oh,
Link,
right.
darling. Oh, get some water, Pop, some spirits of ammonia. Get something.
Yeah, get something.
Well, don't just stand there. Somebody hurry up and do something, please.
Oh, me. Oh, my.
Oh, Link. Honey. Oh, darling, are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I think so. What hit me?
I guess those flowers just went to your head.
Some flowers.
Some head.
Thank you all for your delightful performances, and our special thanks to you, Cary Grant and Linda Darnell, for having stepped in on a moment's notice to play your parts here tonight.
Well, Mr. Bradley, both Carrie and myself were only too happy to fill in. You know, every one of us considers it a privilege to be invited to appear with the Lady Esther Screen Guild Players, for we all know the wonderful work being done by the Motion Picture Relief Fund, Country House, and Clinic, a work that benefits so substantially from these weekly programs. And now, before you hear about next week's program, here's a word from one of America's best-known beauty authorities, Lady Esther.
Thank you, Miss Darnell. I do hope that all of you listening to me tonight will try the Lady Esther patch test, for it will prove to you, while you watch, that Lady Esther four-purpose face cream can do really remarkable things for the beauty of your skin. Here's all you do. Just dip your finger in a jar of Lady Esther face cream and rub it on one little section of your face, perhaps around your nose, your chin, or on one cheek. Choose a part of your face that's too oily or too dry, or where you have blackheads and big pores. Just rub Lady Esther face cream on that one little patch of skin. Wipe it off and apply Lady Esther face powder. That's all I ask you to do. I don't need to tell you what happens. You'll see it with your own eyes. You'll see that one little part of your face, that one patch of skin, take on a radiant new look of freshness and clarity. You'll see it suddenly look a lot softer, smoother, and younger textured than any of the skin around it. And you'll say it's magic. But it isn't magic at all. It's the natural result of using one cream that does all the four things your skin needs most for beauty. And remember, what you see happen to that one little patch of skin will happen to your whole face when you apply Lady Esther face cream. Just imagine how exciting and glamorous you'll look when you use Lady Esther four-purpose face cream and then apply Lady Esther face powder to the smooth, new freshness of your skin.
Next week, the Lady Esther Screen Guild Players will present Gentleman Jim. It will star Ward Bond, Grant Withers, Alexis Smith, and Errol Flynn. Be sure to listen. Cary Grant can currently be seen in Warner Brothers' Destination Tokyo. Linda Darnell is now working in the 20th Century Fox production Sweet and Lowdown. Victor Moore appeared through the courtesy of Paramount Pictures, producers of Lady in the Dark. William Demarest is currently being seen in The Miracle of Morgan's Creek, a Paramount production. Truman Bradley for Lady Esther saying, good night. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.